says, welcome to the CryptoBots Ninja channel. I'm going to make sure the sound is working. Testing. So if you guys are new, make sure to join the Telegram group. It is free to join. Link to join that is in the description below. This stream is to make up for the stream tomorrow because I am going to be busy. I have family coming in town for the holidays. So right now, we're going to look at the Fear and Greed Index. I'm going to flip the camera so people on TikTok can see it. So right now, we are going to look at the Fear and Greed Index, if I can talk. Right now, we're at 68, so we're below 70. I think yesterday we were at 70, or last time we went live, I think we were at 70 or 72 on the Fear and Greed Index. So we are kind of going up, or going down, I should say. Creo, right now, the gaming coin, something to keep on your radar. And I am personally not in the trade. I got out of the trade at like 44, and it's at 45 right now, so kind of at the same level I got out. But that's still one I'm bullish on longer term. The Bitcoin that you guys all care about, let's check out Bitcoin. Testing. Just going to record this section of the stream. Alright, so right now Bitcoin is really on life support at $42,000. The weekly time frame, let's just note, is completely overbought still, so that is not a good sign if you're bullish. The 3-day time frame has reset, so you could get a small bump up and make a lower high in the 3-day time frame and still be bearish on the weekly. The daily time frame's kind of same situation as the 3-day, and the 4-hour time frame right now is oversold, so you could expect a bounce here at if you can stay above 42,000, which is a key level of support. But right now, if you don't hold 42,000, I'm looking for 39.5 to be your next level of support. And I'm going to delete these lines because I don't know what these... The only lines that matter are the red lines for support. And I guess the 42K one is also support, so I'll leave that black one. But I don't know what those other lines were for. You're still above the 200-day moving average, or at least a simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame, so that is a good sign. But you're on the 200-day moving average right now, about to break it. If you break that, it is going to dump a lot further down, at least to this 200 simple moving average, more than likely, which is right at 38,900. If we look at Bitcoin on the 1-hour time frame, that is trying to get the bounce and trying to hold 42,000. On the macro scenario, if Bitcoin can hold $42,000, your next stop of resistance on the weekly time frame or in the higher time frames is 47,200. If you do not hold 42,000, I'm looking for 35 to be next. So keep it simple. If this, then that. So if you're just swing trading it, that's the only level you should care about. It's 42K and 47.2, and then to the downside 39.5. But the biggest levels to watch is 42,000 and then 47.2 if you get the bounce to the upside. And that'd be a big bounce. But again, that's based off of the daily, 3-day, and weekly. The 4, I mean, that's what I care about. For Bitcoin, I care about the macro picture because the smaller time frames don't really matter to me. So that's what I'm looking for. If Bitcoin holds 42K, then you can go up to 47.2 in over time, and if you don't, then you can go down to 39.5. If you guys enjoyed this analysis, appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a video and talk about Bitcoin. That's all I got. For Bitcoin, it's pretty simple. If you stay above 42,000, we are bullish. If you don't, we're bearish on the higher time frames, such as the 3-day time frame and the weekly time frame. So that's just my little Bitcoin analysis. I do believe Bitcoin, based on the weekly time frame, and we are due for a massive pullback, we're still also I would say we're still in greed on the Fear of Greed Index. So really, I would not be surprised at all going into the new year if Bitcoin lost $42,000. There we got one person watching. That is kind of... So I'm also in a trade. I've been day trading this. I entered down here initially. I entered at 1538 initially. Rode this up to, 1570 something, and then I got out. Then I entered a short. I went down to 1540 on this wick right here. I got back out 1560. I got out prematurely, that's for sure. So then I looked at this, and this was a rising wedge. Usually these break back down to where they started from, so I decided I'd re-enter my trade at 1539.2, and that's what the trade I'm in. It's a 9x leverage short. I have a take profit at 1518 and a stop at 1550. Technically, it's a 2-to-1 R&R. I usually like it to be 3-to-1 or more, but I really feel confident. Rising wedges break down to where they started. I believe Maker coin is going to fall back down to 1517, 1518. So my take profit, like I said, is 1518 on that. The 15-minute time frame, you're technically still above the 200 simple moving average, and you have been ever since you broke out at $1,400. So really, On the 15-minute time frame, in my opinion, as long as you stay above 15.15, we're still bullish. But like the smaller time frames, that's a rising wedge on the 5-minute. So I just took this as a day trade, and I'm in this trade technically right at break even right now, or about. And that's the trade I have right now going on Maker. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. Otherwise, with that being said, thank you for the 1 like on TikTok. And this is not the normal time we stream. Usually we go live at 7 p.m. Central Time. So the last few times I've gone live, it hasn't been at my normal stream time. That's probably part of the reason we don't have any watchers. You know, I promise you guys, on Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back live at our normal time. We'll go live at that time. We won't go live at any other time. So Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time is when I plan to get back on track. That is actually New Year's Day, but we'll still be live at that same time. I promise you guys, that is gonna be when we go live. That's wait, no, Monday's the 4th. No, yeah, Monday's the 4th. It's not New Year's Day. I don't know what I was thinking. So we'll be live 7 p.m. Central Time on Monday. The 4th is the next time we'll be live. But right now, if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and we will look at them. But that's kind of all I got. I was just going to make this a longer stream because the last few have been really short, and because it's not my normal live stream time, so whatever. But, I mean, if there's no one watching, then I can't do a ton. But yeah, so this is the trade we got. Let me go down to the 1 minute time frame on Maker Coin. And again, 9x short right now. So let me open up my Mexc account. And Uber's trying to send me an offer. I don't want to do that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Alright. Probably should not do this on stream, just saying. But you know what they said. No, I guess you guys can't see my password, so it really doesn't matter. Hold on, I'll be right. I have to go to the Authenticator app. Alright, plus you also don't have my Authenticator thing, so I guess it doesn't. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so the trade we're in right now is on Maker Coin, which is continuing to dump, so I'm glad I took that trade. And if I win the trade, I make $70 on a $1,000 account. So, I mean, I can't complain right now. This is the trade we got going. It looks like right now we're up $18, up 3% on the trade. Let me get rid of that. And then I hate all these ads that Maker or that. So yeah, and let's see. So we're at $15 now. I'm trying to see how much we lost in. So my stop loss is 15.50. My take profit's 15.18. I'm trying to see how much I lost in fees, and I don't see that. Usually I see this on my computer, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's to the right. I don't know where it's at. I guess it doesn't matter. It's probably not much. I'm just going to look at my other app really quick. So I guess right now we're up 17 cents in fees on this account or on this trade because everyone's trying to probably long this, and maybe that's why it's going down. But you're also in a rising wedge. I'm surprised that this platform doesn't tell you. In a bad storage trade, should I exit? I don't know. Should you? I don't know. Should you exit the trade? We're up $19 now on this trade. All right, let's go look at storage really quick. What time frame? Like, where did you enter? Not that may. I'll look at TN and see what I think. Are you trading the smaller time frames or the larger time frames? Guys, the storage is probably going to bleed out here. Weekly time frame, just based on the weekly time frame, it's overbought, and you can expect downside. Your 3-day time frame is oversold. You could get a short-term bounce. Your daily time frame is oversold, trying to make a higher high. Yeah, it's kind of a rising wedge. They usually break down to where they came from. That's kind of a rising wedge. But also, you could have said that, well, this was a bull pennant, and that would be valid to say. And if you want to say that was a bull pennant, that might have actually been your measured move. If that was your in, no, it wasn't. It didn't even get up to the measured move, really. I don't know if that's pushing to say it's a rising wedge, but they usually, if it is, it goes down to where it broke out from, which is 61 cents. Plus, again, the weekly chart's pushing you down. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is getting overbought, making a lower high. I bet it does go down to whatever price I just said. Let me go back to the daily time frame. I bet it does go down to where it started from, which is 60 cents. In the 15-minute time frame for storage right now is completely overbought, and that is making a higher high in the 15, but you're still below the 200 simple moving average. I'd be cautious. Let's see if you told me 77.3 was your entry. Are you using leverage? Either way, guys, on the massive macro time frames, I see this breaking further down because the weekly chart is going to push you down. And also, the smaller time frame, such as the 4-hour time frame, is getting overbought, making a lower high. The 1-hour time frame looks decent. It's probably trying to make a higher high above. Well, technically, 1-hour chart is bullish. The 15-minute chart's bullish, but the 4-hour time frame doesn't look good. The daily time frame looks all right for a bounce. The 3-day time frame looks all right for a possible bounce soon, and the weekly doesn't look good. So that's kind of it. I bet you go down on the bigger time frames. I don't know how soon it happens if you get bounced beforehand, but I do believe that this is going to see 60 cents before you get any sort of real rally higher. We'll see what happens, but that's just. The weekly chart's probably going to push you down, and if that is a rising wedge, they go back to where they came from, just like on Maker. This is a rising wedge on Maker. Let me go to the 5-minute. This is a smaller time frame, obviously, but this is a rising wedge, and we'll see by the end of the stream, or maybe close to the end of the stream, if we go back down to 15, 18 on Maker. That's a rising wedge. They go back to where they started, usually, and right now we're well on our way to doing that. The same thing might happen here on the bigger time frames on storage, so I would not be surprised at all if we saw the low 60-cent range, maybe even high 50s before you get any sort of bounce longer term on storage. So I hate to say that, but I don't know. I can't give you financial advice. Short term, you could get a bounce. You never know. I mean, but if anything, I'd flip short personally. That's just what I would do. That's not advice. I shouldn't say that, but you know. Honestly, if it's no leverage, hodl it. If you don't need the money. If you need the money, then yeah, I would be out. Coming close to my entry, my exit. Yeah, so anyways, if you don't need the money and it's no leverage, I'm sure it'll be fine long term, so I'd hold and maybe even DCA. If it is leveraged, then that's another story, but it's not leveraged, so I wouldn't be too worried about it right now. How's our trade? I mean, what are we at now? So we're at $23 in the trade again. You can see my account's at 600. I also have money in my spot account, so it's a $1,000 account. So you can see that we're up $17 in this trade right now, $16, but anyways. So, yeah. Something else I've been doing is buying shit coins on Solana, just to learn the ecosystem and learn how to do it, because usually before I've only done it on Ethereum, and I figured it out now, but I have not made any money, so I'm probably done doing it. For the heck of it, I put $10 into my ladies on Solana. My ladies on Ethereum went parabolic. So far this has, and it went to a few $1 million market cap. Now it's at 180,000, probably eventually going to zero, unfortunately, but I thought, hey, put $10 in. If it does a 10x or 100x, it'll be worth it. So far it's done nothing but go down, but whatever. So $10, I lose $10. Yeah. But now I know how to buy stuff on Solana, so I'm excited about that. I use the Phantom wallet as well as Dex Screener. So I like it a lot more than Ethereum because there's no fees really to speak of on Solana. The problem is so far everything I bought has gone to zero, so that's not good. And also, now the trade's back to break even, but our stop loss is 1550. Let's go back to the 1 minute time frame. Yeah. I didn't have a good R&R on this trade. It was a 2-to-1, so we'll see what happens. I still think on the 5 minute time frame, that's a rising wedge. You're probably still going to go down, but the new problem is also the 5 minute time frame is trying to get the bounce now. I don't like that. Yeah, it's a high risk trade. I don't know. I should have not entered this trade, to be honest with you. because it was just a high risk trade. I was kind of chasing it at this point, but I still do believe we're going to see 15.18. But we might get a bounce before that happens. No long-term storage. My long-term is AVT, best low cap layer 2. I mean, you can have more than one long-term investment. If you don't have a lot of money, I completely understand going in at one coin, although it's still riskier, but yeah. I can't tell you what to do. If you don't need the money, though, I would hate to sell at a loss. Because I think also storage, I'm not crazy bullish on it, but it's a good solid coin long term. AVT does look good, though. I had this in a falling wedge, right? I don't know when I drew this. A few days ago at least. And now on the smaller time frames, this thing's making a bull pennant on the... Not even the smaller time frames, just on the daily time frame, it's making a bull pennant. Just breaking outside of this falling wedge. So to me, this thing is going to continue going up, and now you have a higher measure move on AVT at 360 or 364. So I like what I'm seeing just based off the daily time frame. 3-day time frame is still getting oversold or making higher highs. That's really bullish. Weekly time frames overbought. So that is overall, it's looking good for AVT. So, anyways, why is it not deleting? There you go. So. If AVT holds a $1.70, this thing is a bullpen. If you lose a $1.70, you're honestly going to fall back to where you came from as a $1.20, $1.25. So I like what I'm seeing on that. Yeah, AVT looks good. So I like that. It looks juicy. If you hold a $1.70, you're good. I might lose this trade, honestly. I don't know. Appreciate the likes, and if you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. I will be live next at Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. More downside for market this weekend? I mean, I think we are in... Yeah, at the beginning of the stream, I said that I believe based on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, which is it's overbought on the weekly time frame, I believe eventually you are going to continue to bleed out for Bitcoin, which I believe. So eventually, you guys just keep it simple. If the weekly chart is overbought 99, I don't know about 99% of the time, most of the time though, like 70% or more of the time, you are going to go eventually to the downside. That doesn't mean you won't have these small pumps of a few percent here and there, but longer term, I think the trend is down now for crypto, at least for the next few weeks, because of the weekly chart's overbought. So if Bitcoin breaks 42K, the prices I'm watching to the downside is 39.5, and below that 30. Then you'd have a big dump back down to 33.3. That's a big level I'm watching, but I guess the biggest level we have to watch is 42K. It's been trying to hold its support now for at least a few days, and we'll see what happens. But that would mean downside over the weekend and into the new year, especially as people are trying to tax harvest crypto. And then they buy it back immediately, but still could make some interesting times to end the year. But if I had to guess where we are in a week from today, I would bet money it's below 42K, between 39.5 and 42K, if not even maybe slightly lower. But I don't see us being really above 43,000 in a week from today. We'll see what happens, but yeah. Appreciate your advice. No, one more higher high in Bitcoin before 34. I don't know about that. If you stay above 42K, technically you would think you would go to 47K, which is the next resistance. But again, weekly time frames overbought, and the fact that you haven't been able to do that now, I believe at this point now 42K is not going to hold. I would like to see 47K, but at the same time I would like to see lower prices so I can get more crypto at those prices. Especially when maybe, in a month I'll have more money than do it now, hopefully. So, that's my opinion. But Adam's another one I like long term. I haven't talked about that in a while, but 11. But well, let's add him out on the weekly time frame. I've been waiting for this weekly time frame to start dumping, so I can see if it makes a higher high or a higher low. Because your last low on the weekly time frame for Adam was 619 or 620. If you make a higher high on the weekly time frame and break that above that, well, good. If not, you can probably go back down to 546, and then it'll make a new low. And I would love to see that just to accumulate more Adam. On Adam, you can stake like 30% APY a year, plus you get the gains that come with it. So I like Adam for that reason alone. Jasmine, damn, I haven't done a video on Jasmine in a long time. Oh, there you go. Maker's dumping back to the downside. So that's, I don't know. But Jasmine, Jasmine's trying to break up to 83. I should do another video on Jasmine. 5-minute time frame is making a lower high on Maker. I'd like to see it. Yeah, I'm going to do a video on Jasmine at some point. I could do it right now if I wanted to. Good Lord. I might just delete this shitcoin from here. These coins I don't really care about anymore. Luna Classic? Fuck. Luna Classic's so dead. It's so bad. The TA's not even playing out on it either. That's a falling wedge and it's just continuing to bleed out. I would just not even look at this anymore. I mean, I'm going to keep it here for shits and giggles, but Luna Classic is... I mean, I wouldn't even want to touch that. Where does Solana go from here? I don't know. Solana? Well, again, the weekly time frame is overbought, and some coins are starting to lose their bullishness, and on the weekly time frame is starting to get a curl to the downside on the stock RSI, so I'd be cautious in the markets right now. When you start to see multiple coins doing that, that's not a good sign. The 3-day time frame's taking over right now to the downside. The daily time frame right now is probably making some bullish pattern longer term, but short term it is dumping, or not dumping, but I would say that's consolidation. Daily time frames are almost already oversold, so daily time frame could say that, hey, I'm going to get over, come down to $90 or $100 and then get one more move to the upside. Solana's been hot. If there's any coin that's going to pump, it's going to be Solana, in my humble opinion. You have the 4-hour time frame making a lower high, maybe slightly rounded top there. I don't like what I'm seeing there. The 1-hour time frame, it's not really rounded top, I guess. 1-hour time frame is also oversold. I don't know, man. Let's just go to the 4-hour time frame. So Solana right now, if you just look at the weekly time frame, your next resistance, let me just draw this for you guys, is going to be $144. Make this line black. I like black better than red, honestly, especially if you're colorblind. So $144 is your next resistance. You're actually coming up to it pretty quickly at 106 right now. And if you don't break $144, you do not have any support. Because look, last time you were at $144, you came down. You also had a bounce off there off the support. So I could also see resistance, or I should say support lower at $70. But, I guess that's a ways away. So really, if you don't break $144, your next macro support on the weekly time frame at least is $70. Because also when you're going up above $70, you got no resistance there. So I'd be interested to see. I bet Solana goes to $144 before any real pullback, but we'll see what happens. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on Solana. 4-hour time frame is not bullish, but again, daily time frame is getting oversold, making a higher low, and the 3-day time frame might do the same thing. So a few more days of consolidation, maybe another week or so of consolidation for Solana, and then you could get the bigger move up. Really, that's what I'm looking for on Solana. I think as long as Solana holds $70, $75, you can be bullish longer term on it. But, So if you guys have requests for other altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. 5-minute time frame, completely overbought. You didn't even, yeah, that's good for my trade. Again, I'm looking for this to go down to 15.18. We'll see if that happens. Thank you for the follow, Chevy. Someone wants to go look at Quant. I do request that you hit the like button if you want me to look at Quant. Thank you. I need to get my likes up. How's our trade doing? 20, back to where it was earlier, $23, $21. Thank you for that. There we go. Quant. All right, so let's look at Quant. Again, some coins are starting to curl down the weekly time frame. I'd be cautious. The 3-day time frame right now looks decent, kind of like the daily time frame is curving down. That's bullish consolidation, I can tell you right now, because you're not dumping really fast, and that's just healthy. If anything, this is going to become a falling wedge or maybe a bull pennant, but I would say more like a falling wedge. Let's look at falling wedge type. Yep, you're making a falling wedge right now in the 12-hour. The 6-hour time frame, same thing. It's already oversold too on the basically on the 12-hour and under. It's oversold already. So this is looking juicy to me on Quant for a possible move back to the upside. Maybe a little more consolidation, but overall this looks good. And your measure move is roughly speaking about $1.07, $170 on Quant. So if we go to the 3-day time frame, our next resistance that we see is $150 area, and then 205 on the weekly time frame. To the downside, you're looking at 118 as support. So Quant could really be making a higher low here on the higher time frames. Looks good to me for a move back to the upside. Can I look at AMP? I sure can, Chevy. Oh, there's a new high, $26 on the trade. So, all right, AMP. So, AMP looks good. If you really zoom in and want to get really worried about it, weekly time frame is slightly curling to the downside. Nothing too worrisome, but be cautious. Again, a lot of other coins are curling down. This looks good to me. Quant's not done yet based on the 3-day time frame. So the weekly time frame can curl down, but doesn't mean anything. The weekly and the 3-day is making bullish consolidation. These break up 68% of the time, especially in bull runs. It's probably even higher than that. The bear could say that's around the top, but if anything, I could see that being around the top, actually. I would watch this. I mean, if you lose this last local low at 35.5, it's going to be GG's and it's done. And that is going to be around the top, and then the weekly time frame is going to take over. So this is key level to watch. It's 35.5, which was your last local low from the 18th of December. If you lose 35.5 cents or whatever it is, this thing is going to probably dump back to bare minimum. I would say it would go back down to 20 or 21, but bigger time frames would probably tell me like 14. So AMP, if it loses that last local low, it is going to dump because that's going to become a rounded top, and then the weekly time frame would probably take over on the stock or our side. So that's something to watch, and honestly, that's not going to be a bad short opportunity on the higher time frames if you want to take it if it breaks 35.5 cents. I'm going to, if it breaks whatever, 35.5, we'll just call it that. So if it breaks 35.5, I want to be alerted because that could be a good longer term short. I don't know if I'll take it, but that's, a trade idea. The other idea is if you're bullish still, which because the weekly time frame is overbought and curling down and you're getting some sort of around the top here, I feel like it's more than likely going to break to the downside. But if it doesn't lose 35.5, I would be long on this up until 629, and if I was long on it right now, I'd have my stop at 35.4. So AMP right now flirting with danger, and a huge dump could be incoming for AMP if you lose 35.5, 35.4. So that's why I'm looking for AMP. That's actually going to be interesting here in the next day or so to see what happens. Yeah, usually when I actually see a rounded top, it's not good associated with a high overbought weekly. So AMP is something that is more likely going to dump unless you hold 35.4 or 35.5, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen based on what I'm seeing right now. But the bullish scenario is you're in a bull flag still, and you can break to the upside, and So it's kind of sketchy territory. I don't know if I would not enter any trade right now. I just wait to see what happens, and then if you get a break of 35.5, you enter a short. If you get a break of if you get some sort of bounce, you could enter a long. So thank you for the likes. Wow, 1.6 thousand. Thank you, Demand. Did I just look at AC? I feel like I did. Maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. Thank you for the likes. ICP. Bruh. This thing is just, I don't know it doesn't know what it wants to do. ICP. It's kind of annoying me, actually. Whatever. ICP. Alright, be cautious here. ICP right now. Curling down just like AMP. Weekly time frames getting rejected, also possibly off of this 21-day moving average. Be cautious. 3-day time frame looks bullish to me. It looks more bullish than AMP because you're not getting around the top yet. Though the 3-day time frame is overbought, the daily time frame is overbought, but this actually looks a lot more bullish. If I was going to take a breakout trade or anything, I'd take it on this because you don't have a rounded top within the 3-day time frame. So this looks more bullish. This is a bull pennant. They break up 68% of the time. This looks more bullish and more likely to break up than AMP does. Yeah, your measure move right now is approximately $17.50 for ICP. For daily chart looks juicy for a move up. It's also oversold on the stock RSI. And on top of that, you're above the 200-day moving average and the smaller moving averages. The 4-hour time frame, same thing. You're above them all. I like that. You're close to the 21-day. This thing more likely is going to make a move to the upside. This is one to watch, and if you guys are looking for a long position or a long trade, ICP could be the move and could be the play. I'm not telling you what to do. The 1-hour time frame, it needs to bounce, but again, still technically tight. Moving averages are tight. I like that. As long as you hold the level of, we'll call it 850. If you hold 850, this thing has juice to go to the upside. If you lose 850, it's probably gonna dump. So yeah, that's ICP for you in a nutshell. I don't know if I missed any other request. No. So let me just go back to YouTube. I don't see anyone watching there. So yeah. Alrighty. I'm really hoping we get down to 15.18 before we get another pump here on Maker. I don't know if it's going to happen, but XDC? Question mark? I don't know. What is XDC? It is on Coinbase or whatever. Mexc, I mean. Did it just come on Mexc? There's like one candle in the weekly time frame, maybe more than one. There's 3 candles. 3-day time frame, no data. Daily time frame, no data. 12-hour time frame, no. 12-hour time frame is oversold. Making a bull pennant. It's not a lot of data here. 6-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame's making a higher low on the stock RSI and getting oversold, so that looks good to me. I don't know, man. This is low liquidity coin. It looks like on Mexc. 7.5 cents or ish is your measure move. 1-hour time frame right now. Time moving average. It just seems, yeah. I don't know. It's not that low liquidity though, is it? Let me go to the 1-minute time frame. See if there's low liquidity. Yeah, there's some low liquidity, but if this thing holds out, we'll call it the last local low at 5.2. This thing is going to keep going up. If you lose 5.2, this thing is going to dump on you. So, XDC, thank you for the follow, Fred. And thank you for the likes. So, yeah, I don't know about that one. XDC, I don't like. I like that ICP. That's the best one I've seen all night. So, you know, yeah. So I don't see anyone watching on YouTube. Maybe one person. Also, feel free to join a trading group. It is free to join. The link to join that is in the description below on YouTube and TikTok. It's in my bio, and it's just a Telegram group. XLM. This was my one that made me all my money in my last bull run. I didn't make a lot of money last bull run because I was stupid, but this is the one I got like an 8x on. Nothing crazy, but I put some money in it. I put like 9 grand in it. So maybe I didn't put 9 grand. I don't think I put 9 grand in it. I bought it at 9 cents. I don't know what I put in it. Anyways, XLM right now looks good to me. Kind of, somewhat, not really. I don't know. Weekly time frame is starting to curl down just like a lot of other coins. 3-day time frame is overbought. I'd be cautious. The daily time frame is definitely curling down. And this falling wedge is maybe trying to play to the upside, but your measure move is 23 cents. I do like XLM longer term, and I mean long term for the next 1 to 2 years. But right now, I don't know if this is a buy or not. 4-hour time frame is oversold. You know, you are breaking to the upside out of the falling wedge on the daily time frame. So it does look for the longer term. I gave you a display a while back. If you took it, you're in profit right now. But there's coins, in my humble opinion, that are doing a lot more percent gains to the upside in a lot shorter time. So to me, I don't really think this is a very fun coin to trade or hold it ever anymore, because I just have found better ones to hold and trade because they give you better returns longer term and short term. So XLM, you know, it's a good long term coin. Right now, I would stay away from it because you're overbought, and yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. It's kind of a boring coin in my opinion. You know, it intrigued me last bull run, but for some reason now this bull run is just not something I want to touch. It's just it's kind of like XRP. Like, it's just boring. It's more exciting than XRP barely, but it's a better coin in my opinion. But it's not much more exciting. The price movement is just it's boring. There's no movement in the price. Thank you for the follow. I looked at Adam already. If you watch it, if you can rewind my stream on YouTube, I guess I can go. Actually, I don't know if I did it. I guess I'll look at it again. I don't know if I actually did TA on it. So, weekly time frame's overbought. 3-day time frame's curling down. Your next support is approximately what price is that? 950. 3 days overbought, curling to the downside. Daily chart doesn't look good. I don't like that. The 4-hour time frame doesn't look good. I like this. I love this. This is a coin I'd buy. So this is a coin I'd replace XLM with because you can stake it. But short term, right now, this is not something I'd be touching. Not for a trade, at least. Investment, sure. DCA, sure. Yeah, it's making higher highs on the daily. Next support's 950. That's probably where you're gonna go to, and I mean, I would just keep it simple. Your next resistance to the upside is approximately $15, almost $16. So, you know, $15.50 to $16 is your move to the upside if you get a bounce off support. But right now, smaller time frames telling me it's going to the downside. So it's not. ICP has been the best coin to look at so far tonight for a trade. So. Thank you for the follow, Big D. I don't know anything about ALCX. Nothing. ALCX. I can look at the chart, though. That's all I care about. I don't care about the coin. I care about if I can make money on the chart. If the chart tells me I can make money, that's what I care about. Right now, Maker's pissing me off. Weekly's overbought. Is it curling down? Nah, not really. That's an interesting daily chart. It's a little sketchy. You broke to the downside, then now you're trying to break back up. You're already overbought again. I don't know about this one either. This is probably going to be a no for me. So I would have to say no to this one. I don't know where my no button is, but I would say no to ALCX. It doesn't look good for a trade. Thank you for the crown. Thank you for the crown. I feel like I'm the king now. I don't know the last time someone sent a gift on here, so thank you for that. What do I think about Aurora? Is that what we just looked at? I don't know. Aurora is on Coinbase. Weekly's currently down, so it's probably going to be a no. 3 days oversold. 3 day wants to push back up and make one more higher high before the weekly really goes down, though. That's interesting. Yeah. That's a ridiculous wick. I don't know if I should include that in the measure move or not. It's kind of crazy. I almost want to negate that. That's $1 exactly. I don't know. Is it gonna 3x here? We'll see. I don't know. How valid is that wick? That's the only question. Yeah, it's even showing up on the smaller time frames. So I guess that's valid. Also, it filled the candle closed up there on the. Well, I guess it's valid. The charts tell me this might 3x before you get a massive dump. I would be watching Aurora, so thank you for this request. This is actually a very interesting coin to look at. Wow. The 3 day time frame is telling me this thing might do a 3x and go up to $1 exactly before you get any sort of real dump. I don't know, man. I'm just telling you what I see in the charts. This is something I'd watch. This thing could rip. I don't know if I'll touch it, but I will put an alert on, and I don't know. I might have to watch this coin. Aurora is definitely one I'd have on your watch list if I were you. I'm going to add it to my watch list. Thank you for that request. Fucking A. Matt Maker just wants to go up. I just lost $50 on that, or whatever it's going to be. $38. Damn it. Gala? Can't even type Gala. Why? Gala's not on Mexc. I was gonna say. Yes, it is. All right, these are gonna be quick. Weekly time frames. It's kind of curling down. 3 day time frames. Nah. I don't know. Daily's already oversold. That's interesting. Daily time frame still below the 200-day moving average. I don't know. To me, man, no. Gala's a no. For the sole reason that that's a rising wedge and they break down to where they came from. I bet Gala sees 12 cents again or 1.2 cents, I guess, before anything crazy happens. That's a rising wedge. They break down to where they came from. Gala's a no. That's something that I would stay away from. H-bar. I don't like H-bar either, although that's not really, I don't know, that's just going kind of parabolic. H-bar is going parabolic. It's not really a rising wedge. H-bar looks decent. I don't love it, though. I definitely don't love it. There's coins I like a lot, which is Aurora and ICP. Those have been the two winners that really look like they could do some damage. Aurora, especially percentage-wise. So I don't like that. I don't like what I'm seeing on that coin, so I would stay away from it, but yes, this is a Stokes RSI. I love it. It's my bread and butter, and it pays the bills. So, let me see if I'm not thinking about YouTube, just watching TikTok. I don't know where my thing is. Oh, I found it. Finally, I found it. I usually click this when I don't like a coin or something. Thank you guys for the likes. Let's go look at TIA. So H-bar for me is I I had to. I think it's fun. Tia, look at Tia. Oh my god. There's no data. Daily chart's making a high or low, I guess. The 4-hour time frame is making a... Okay, this is immediate. No, 4-hour time frame is making a lower high. You don't have any data on the higher time frames. So, I don't know. Is there more data on another chart? T on the daily looks good, though. Coinbase doesn't have any more data either. 12-hour looks good. I don't know, man. I actually like the smaller... I like the 12-hour time frame, and I kind of like the daily. So on this, to me, that's not a no. It's kind of a sketchy... I don't know. But, I don't know, man. This Tia looks good. I actually don't mind Tia. It doesn't look great. It's probably the third best coin we've looked at, though, so far tonight. So far, the ones I like a lot is ICP, Aurora, and then whatever this is, which... This is definitely a deep... I don't know. Let me look that. Is there low liquidity on this? Not really. Not really at all. So that, I mean, that's a good thing. I like Tia. You know, if we go back to the 4-hour time frame, I'll give you the measure move. If you want to take it or leave it, your measure move is roughly, we'll call it 1650. So Tia looks like it wants to do what it wants to do. Oh my god, now I might have to bail on this trade just because now I get the 15-minute time frame curving up on Maker. So I'm gonna have to bail on this trade and just close it at a loss. I'm going to enter long now based on that 15-minute time frame. I don't know where the leverage is because usually I do this on my phone. No, 9x, so isolated. Definitely don't want to be on cross. Market order. All right, we're in the trade. Our average price is 15.46. Let's see if this pays for our trade we just lost. My average price is 15.47. We'll call it. Okay. My stop loss needs to be, if I go to the 5-minute time frame on Maker Coin, stop loss needs to be below this last local low at 1531. If I go to the 1-minute time frame, what price did it actually go to? I'll put my stop right there. 1532 is where I would have my stop loss. Got to make sure you have a stop loss in, or you are going to lose all of your money. I should have done this before I entered the trade, but we can still do it now as long as you're not on 50x leverage. If we lose this trade, we're going to lose $49, so we'll give all of our gains away for the day. But if we win this trade, we'll make a lot of money. Let's go back to this and go to the 15-minute time frame on Maker, and we'll call this a falling wedge, and we're going to see what our measure move is. And then we're going to set that measure move as our take profit. Okay. And your measure move is $1,600 exactly for a higher high. Maker wants to go up. I'll take it. Let's just see what our take profit is and see how much we'll make. $175, bro. I'd be so happy if that happened. So it's 175 divided by 70 or divided by 50, basically. That's a much better R&R. So the last one where we lost at $26 was a 2-to-1 R&R. That's not a good R&R. I was kind of chasing it. It was in the green for a while. Probably should have never taken that trade. This one is a 3.5 R&R, so that's a much better R&R. I like it to be 3 or better, preferably much higher. But we lost 24, 25 bucks in the last trade. We're already up 8 on this one. Hopefully this one can actually do good. And our leverage account is at 580 now. So we'll see what happens. That's what we got. That's our trade. All right. All right, that might be it for guys. Hi, what are the chances Bitcoin is going to 41.8 in the next hour? Oh my, I don't know. 41.8 in the next hour. I don't. Probably low. 41.8 in the next hour? It's low because you're getting a bounce off the 42K support. And you also have a lower support at 41.280, which got a beautiful bounce off that. And I've had that black line there for a while now, so it's not like I just put that there. That's a great support at there. That's a smaller level of support at 41.3. But anyways, I didn't know Bitcoin went that low today. Either way, I doubt it's going to go to 42 below 40 to 41.8 in the next 60 minutes or by 8 p.m. Central Time in 45 minutes because the 1 hour time frame is just getting started. So I don't think that's going to happen. The 50-minute time frame, we'll look at that. Yeah, that's curling down, but the 50-minute would have to take over. Usually the higher time frames will win the scenario, but if you're asking for the next 60 minutes, I guess it's possible in the next 45 to 60 you see a little bit of a dump, and the 1 hour can still be bullish as long as you hold and make a higher low above 41.3. I would say very low, though, just because the 1 hour chart is just getting started. 4 time frame is also looking bullish on Bitcoin. For Aurora, where did I see the pump happening? The 3-day. Oversold stocks above the 21-day moving average, and that's curling up. And the daily time frame will give you more confirmation. You're in that's like a bull pennant, and your moving averages are tight, so that's really good. $1's it, that's what I see as $1 incoming based on the daily and 3-day, and probably based off the 12-hour even tighter moving averages, the 6-hour even tighter moving averages, and the 4 hours kind of moving averages is kind of right there. I don't know, but 4 hour and above looks really good to me. Under the 4 hour, not so much. So you need the bigger time frames to win for sure, but daily's oversold, 3 days oversold. I would take my chances here, especially with decently tight moving averages. So, wow, thank you for 2,500 likes on TikTok. Appreciate that. Alrighty. This is a little sketchy to me already on Maker, though. Look at this 15-minute chart. It's already getting overbought. Not overbought, but how fast that's curling up, I don't like that. Yeah, I might have to aggressively take profits. I don't think this 15-minute chart is getting us to 1,600. Although when any chart's really overbought or getting the last little bit here, like right here, on Maker, right when you're getting overbought is really when you got the last little biggest candle of this pump was the last little bit, right when you're already overbought. So sometimes you get the biggest moves when the smaller time frames are already cooked. So we'll see what happens. There's still a very good chance to go. I mean, it's $50 more and 50. I don't know. If by the time the 15-minute chart starts curling down, if you made a higher high above 1580, technically I'd still be bullish and I'd stay in the trade. If you don't get above 1580 before you start curling down, then I'd exit my trades early. So you have to go at least $30 more on this little pump here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to bail on the trade. But anyways, if there's any other requests, I'll do them. So if not, that's all I got. I need to post this video about Bitcoin. That's gonna probably wrap it up unless there's got a few more requests. If not, I'm watching this Maker trade. That's my trade of the night. I've been kind of day trading all day. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to post this video really quick about Bitcoin. So if you missed my Bitcoin analysis, you can go over there. Basically talking about how I don't think 42K is going to hold. And yeah. Thank you for the follow, DGR. Thank you. Just to remind you guys, I'll be back live Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. I promise you that's actually when I'll be live. I won't, the last few times, at least the last 3 times, I've been going live at different times, hence why the viewership maybe was slow to start out. But it's picked up now, which is, a good thing. In the bull run, it gets even crazier, I think. But anyways, I'll be back live Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time of next week. So, anyways, let's see how our trade's doing now. Our trade's still at $11 profit. I feel like it should be higher than that. Is that even, is it refreshing? Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm hopeful it's more. There you go. $25 profit. Makes up for our last trade that we just lost. If we took profits right now, which I'm watching this like a hawk. If it starts to dump or if this gets overbought and doesn't break at least 1580, make a higher high, I'm out of the trade early. If it makes a higher high, I might try see if we can get to $1,600, which is our target. So, obviously, Maker right now is in an uptrend on the 15-minute time frame. It's been in an uptrend ever since $1,400. I mean, so there's a good chance you see $1,600 and then make a higher low and a higher high. So we'll see what happens, but that's my trade right now is Maker. Casper coin. All right. Weekly overbought. 3 days looking juicy. I had this in some sort of falling wedge. I kind of need to redraw it, but I mean, that's still bullish. You're kind of at the top of the pattern, so you really have to break this 236 fib. And I don't use fibs very often, but you have to break that 236 fib right now. So if you don't get back above 12.7, you're not really bullish. At least, well, you're really bullish if you break 12.7, 12.8. But the 4-hour time frame, that's actually also bullish. Let's look at the 2-hour time frame. 2-hour time frame, yeah, that's bullish. I like that. I like Casper right now for a continuation to the upside. That actually does look good. So Casper could break 14, could hit 14.5. I'd look for this to make a move. Casper's another one I'd watch. So you got ICP on the list for the ones to watch tonight. Aurora, definitely the best one to watch. And you got Casper, and there was something else I can't remember, so it was probably not that important. Yeah, looks good. Thank you for that request. All right. Bitcoin 2-hour time frame is just getting started. It probably is. Bitcoin's probably gonna get a short-term bounce here. I still think 42K won't be holding by the time Monday rolls around, but short-term Bitcoin's probably about to get a bounce, which is good for my long trade on Maker. Thank you guys for 2,500 likes on TikTok. I might be about done here, but this thing's going to zero. I guarantee you. It's a $150,000 market cap. I wish you could short these things. Oh, my. I'd make so much money if you could. Oh, my gosh. What happened with LF coin? What is... Oh, my gosh. It's below $10,000. Jeez. I wish you could short stuff like this, too. This is on Mexc. You can buy this spot. Oh my god. You just lost the last local low. Good lord. This thing's gonna get crazy. Oh my god. This is like a 10 out of 10 degenerate play on Mexc though if you take a risk on this. I would not be touching this until you now I tried the 15-minute time frame on this, and now until you break like again 17.5 level, you're not really bullish. I mean, that's where the 200 simple moving average is, right around 17,000. That's crazy. And you guys probably don't care about this, but it's a coin that I've been watching from 220,000 come down to 10,000, and then you get some of these crazy bounces in here, like a bounce from literally $10,000 area all the way up to 50,000. Did a 5x in just like a few days. So it's a coin I watch because I think when it does pump, it can pump easily and fast, especially the lower it goes. But it's a coin I'd only put a few $100 in because of how low of a market cap it's getting, and because of how much it fluctuates. So now this is like a coin I'd put no more, personally speaking, than $500 in, because if you put more than $500 in at a time, you're gonna get pretty bad slippage. So Maker's having a nice move to the upside. Where are we at now on the trade? $27. Again, I'm out there. I guess it is updating. So anyways, thank you for the follow, Jeff. What a shit show that is. I still like Alpha coin. I like Creo coin more, but they're both gaming coins. Creo has a market cap of about 10 million at most, not even. Yeah, probably 10 million now. Galfa's 40 million, 45 million, so technically you're still in this uptrend here that I have on Galfa, you know. Technically Galfa is still extremely bullish. I bet you could put a similar uptrend on Creo. I bet you could. Yeah, although it's gone parabolic, so it's kind of hard. I mean, it'd have to be straight up, so. That's not even the right one. Oh, maybe it's in here? Yeah, it's a parallel channel one, but it's going straight up, so it's kind of hard to. You can't really justify that. It could keep going straight up. You know, it's up 60x in 2 weeks, 30x in a month. But, I mean, it's only really useful if it's going up like that angle. If it's going straight up, it's not really, it's not useful. So. Anyways. Alright, guys. If there's any other requests, I don't do them. But can I review Cardano? I can review Cardano, Fra, if you hit the like. I know you haven't because there's already only one like on there. Bum 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 bum. So anyways, yeah. What's the coin you were talking about that's down and you wouldn't put more than $500? And that's a shit coin called LF. I would. Yeah, it's something I don't even know if I'd put $500 in. I tried to put like $500-600 in when it was like $20,000, and there was like crazy slippage, like a few percent off. Which I guess that's not that crazy if you're making hundreds of percents, but I mean, for Mexc, that's kind of crazy for any coin. So at this point now, with this level of market cap, I'd be maybe at $100 or $200 realistically is safe. I mean, if you're okay missing, you know, paying a few percent higher than what the price is or something. But here's the thing: I put $500 in a few days ago when the price was $17,500. It shot, or maybe no, the price was $19,500. It shot the price straight to $20,000 because I had to do a limit order higher to make sure I got filled. I got filled immediately, but I paid $500 more per coin. So, you know, it's like a coin that I'd only buy until the you get above the 200-day simple moving average on the 15-minute time frame. That's my strategy on these shit coins. Play the trend. But right now the trend is strongly down. If the trend ever gets strongly to the upside and you get a consistent uptrend for a few hours in a row or maybe a day, then I would enter a long. But right now that's a horrible red candle. I mean, I thought you were gonna hold this level at 16,000. You didn't, so it doesn't really matter. It's a coin that I might never touch again if it doesn't look good again. But anyways. We got a like on Cardano, so we'll go look at Cardano, and this is going to be my last coin. So let's look at Cardano, and then I got to go. Thank you guys for an awesome live stream. Hopefully Maker keeps going up. Weekly's overbought, 3 days looking good. That's a little sketchy though. Be cautious. Daily chart, daily chart looks decent. I'd be cautious, but again, doesn't look horrible. I'd just be cautious that you're making a rising wedge here on the 3-day time frame. That looks a little rising wedgy to me. We'll see what happens. 4-hour time frame is looking good as well. If it does, it could keep going. It could keep going for sure. All right, so that looks good to me. 90 cents incoming possibly on Cardano. I do like that. So that's it, guys. Thanks, guys, for the live stream. I'll be back live Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe. Have a great week. And I do have to get out of here. So I'll see you guys on Monday for our next live stream. Have a great weekend.